Martin Truex Jr. won for a third time in 2023 on Monday and did so in dominating fashion at New Hampshire, winning both stages and leading 254 of the 301 laps. Butt-whooping kind of stuff. After the race, Truex and crew chief James Small were understandably jubilant in victory lane, knowing they'd established themselves as one of the favorites to make it to Phoenix and compete for what would be Truex's second championship. Interestingly, during that celebration, Small unexpectedly brought up his driver's potential retirement when talking with SiriusXM NASCAR Radio's Claire B. Lang. A few moments later, the reporter gingerly pursued the sensitive subject with a normally reserved driver, and his words sure sounded like he's ready to call it a career. Martin Truex Jr. had a rough 2022 season. There's just no way around it. It was the first time since 2014, dating back to his first year at Furniture Row Racing, that he went winless. While his struggles were worthy of conversation, his potential retirement more often than not made the headlines. He was aware of this and expressed for months that he remained undecided about returning to JGR in 2023 and recognized a decision needed to be made soon. On June 24th, he ended the questions when he announced that he would be returning to the number 19 team and competing for another season. Fast forward to this year, and it appears he made the right decision. This season, Truex's performance has been dramatically better. The 43-year-old sent a message early on when he won the season-opening exhibition race at the LA Coliseum. But that was an exhibition and didn't count in the standings. He backed it up by winning at Dover, officially snapping his 54-race winless streak. That was in the 11th race of 2023. In the 9 races since, he's been impressive and undeniably one of the best in the Cup Series, recording 5 top 5s, including a pair of victories. But looking at the calendar, it's now almost a month after he made his official decision on retirement a year ago. Despite there not being a decision, logic would suggest fans could expect him to return in 2024 because he's still regularly winning and performing at a very high level. On Saturday at New Hampshire, Truex gave fans a sense of where he was on the subject when a reporter asked him about it. "Next question," he replied. In other words, he doesn't want to talk about it. On Monday, following his win of the rain-delayed race in New Hampshire, Truex didn't bring up the subject, but his crew chief, James Small, unexpectedly did during his interview with SiriusXM NASCAR Radio's Claire B. Lang in Victory Lane.
You know, this is the one we really, really wanted to win, especially after last year and so many other years we've, kind of led a lot of laps of this race and it all kind of goes south in the final stage. So thankfully, I'm sure he's super relieved and just so excited though. So hopefully he doesn't go and retire on us now.
Yeah, no kidding. You don't want him to retire?
No, definitely not.
Are you whispering in his ear?
No. So I don't talk about it with him.
Yeah, it's kind of hard.
I don't like it. I know it frustrates him, and when everybody asks him, I know he'll make the right decision when he's good and ready, and we'll be good with that whatever way.
Lang visited with Truex a few minutes later and brought up the conversation she had with his crew chief and asked if having so much success and winning multiple times this season might affect his decision. The 2017 Cup Series champion offered a response that didn't really sound like he's all that undecided.
But does a win factor into it when you win, your third win, plus the clash, you're doing great? Would that be different than if you were doing bad? Does that figure in or not so much?
I don't really know. I'm really not good at this. I think the ultimate thing ever would be to win the championship and walk off. I think we can do that this year. I think we can do that next year as well. So I don't know. I just got to figure out whether I'm going to be happy sitting through rain delays for another year and sitting in a motorhome all weekend alone. It takes a lot to do this. It takes a big commitment. We've talked about it, Claire. It's not just show up at the track and drive a race car.
Yeah.
It's not all sunshine and rainbows like everybody thinks. It's a lot of work. It's a big commitment. You gotta give it everything you have all the time, and there's no room for relaxing. And I'm not sure if I want to do that again. And I got a little bit more time to figure that out, but right now I'm going to enjoy this, and I'll start thinking about that stuff again tomorrow. I'm such a procrastinator about big decisions in my life. I've been putting off buying the boat that I want for 5 or 6 years now, and I finally found one, and I'm probably going to buy it this week. And I feel like my whole life I've just put racing first and done nothing but think about that. And I don't know, at some point it's time to start enjoying things.
By my count, he said 5 very specific things that indicate he's leaning toward retirement. He talked about 1, going out a winner, 2, whether or not he'd be happy sitting through rain delays alone in his motorhome, 3, giving it everything you have all the time. There's no room for relaxing, unsure if he wants to do that again. 4, talks about purchasing a boat he's put off buying for years. But the most powerful statement of all, I feel like my whole life I've just put racing first and done nothing but think about that. I don't know, at some point it's time to start enjoying things. Enjoying things like that new boat he's waited to buy for years.